There's something really incredible that happens when you get above 10. There's just this law of averages that take place above 10 that you don't see below 10, in my opinion. So that 10 to 14, there's this magic moment, because now, first of all, you've got attrition. Not everyone shows up to every meeting. And so if you're only floating around 8, then you got 6. It's not a real dynamic conversation. And the magic of the numbers are all the different perspectives, all the different experiences that are out there. Different people, even when you're involved in a conversation, it's hard to be present. So some people are present and some people are, not present at the moment. And so you've actually missed an opportunity even though they're sitting there. And so when you have a much larger group, there's just another dynamic that takes place that takes every conversation to the next level. So the process that I went through when putting together a list of people to invite into the group is I just sat there and looked at, what people are currently speaking into my life, or that I'm currently speaking into their lives, or that maybe I would love to have that exchange, but we're not even having that influence with one another because we've been unable to put our schedules together. We have a hard time putting 10 minutes together, right? So I looked at them and said, gosh, where could I have this huge opportunity to spend a full day with that person, and especially if I knew that person was struggling to spend a full day with me or an hour with me too. So I reached out to those people first, and they were blown away at the opportunity, actually, especially when I described it to them as it's not only me in there, but there's a dozen other entrepreneurs in there that are dealing with all the same issues that you're dealing with on a daily basis. We started out meeting, he was a contractor for me, and there was just this instant connection, and we started doing some stuff together. We had an occasional lunch, and every time we got together, I felt like this was a guy that I had known my entire life, and I wanted to know how I could get more of him. And we were finding it actually difficult to maybe even get together 2, 3, 4 times a year. And it's interesting too, because I hesitated for a moment. There's that whole hesitation. I don't know where he is in his walk with faith, and am I going to be embarrassed if he's not in the same place as me? And I'm like, what, the heck with it. I'm just going to ask him. And I mentioned to him, I said, look, how would you like an opportunity to spend a day a month with me and 12 other businessmen growing their business? And oh, by the way, what separates us from any other business group is that we have a kingdom purpose. We're trying to make our decisions with a lens of the kingdom. And I left it at that.
We met, he was one of my clients, and we did some work for him. But the relationship was building from there, and we just had a deep connection. So a few years later, he invited me into the group. He says you should come by, CEOs meet there and stuff like that. And I was at a stage in my life where I'm working really, really hard. No time to barely squeeze an hour for lunch. And I'm thinking, well, I got to take a whole day out of my schedule and go to this meeting. I know Chad is really bright and he has a lot of wisdom, but that's tough. I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I could afford to do that. And it's been an amazing, literally a life-changing experience. In the last 3 years, I can say I've grown about 20 years. Luckily not physically. And about 6 months ago, I invited Robert Kareem to the group, and I had that. And I knew that he would be someone that is also he's a good businessman, and he has incredible success. So I invited him in the group, and he is as fully sold on it. Of course, very enjoying it.
Yeah, he was a great addition to the group too.
But beyond the business thing, I've had a lot of personal growth through Convene, because we get to talk and share things with each other. And it's not surprising that we have very similar challenges and problems in our, business and community and family. Because,
parenting,
yeah.
spouses.
So, I get ideas on my kids. I get ideas on how to surprise my wife with special, thank you cards and leaving behind places. And all those things are just really add a lot of magic in life.